Hello guys, today we'll be discussing the video. What is the fate of Overwatch 1? So Overwatch 1 is of course this game, but there have been leaks and rumors over the past couple of days that Overwatch 2 is coming way sooner than anyone could predict or expect. So what is the ultimate fate of Overwatch 1? So we'll be comparing it to other game series. One is that typically a game like this, they typically do the last season around the next game comes out. So, for example, Halo MCC had all of its seasons and stuff coming out and then they stopped with Halo Infinite came out, so people can go to Halo Infinite net and play that game. With Halo Infinite was free online for any okay, if someone actually picked the character, but basically if you look at the example of Halo, what happened to MCC doesn't really receive any updates. No more balance changes. Again, doesn't really need any balance changes. But a lot of the changes to like Halo 2 Anniversary, balance changes for that game, and stuff like that. So it'll be much harder for people to stay in a game if you don't update the game. There are those exceptions like old Call of Duty. People have nostalgia for like old Call of Duty games or something like that. But very, very rarely, a game without any support of any updates typically does not get anything. For example, the switch to the new Minecraft. Everybody got all pissed off at that. And then basically everybody switched anyways. But there were still people who still play the original controversy over the new Minecraft. We all know Minecraft is an example of this. But now we're talking about what will be the fate of Overwatch 1. Well, there are several answers what will be the fate of Overwatch 1. The first possibility is that Overwatch 1 will cease to exist, at least the multiplayer aspect. The multiplayer aspect of Overwatch 1 will cease to exist and modes of Overwatch 2, which is what they said will most likely will happen. All the multiplayer aspects will stay the same. I think the most likely route for Overwatch 2 is to take the Halo Infinite route. As you all know, Halo Infinite is you have to pay for the campaign, but the multiplayer for Halo Infinite is free. Okay, Call of Duty has a free multiplayer. And again, Overwatch, I think, needs to adapt to the times and make the game free to play. Make Overwatch multiplayer free to play. Not like, oh yeah, Overwatch 1 to be free to play. Yeah, Overwatch 2's multiplayer. Because a lot of games now are free to play. Especially games of stuff like loot boxes was, again, Overwatch was the first game to promote this type of idea. And now you have many more games like Fortnite, PUBG. Okay, no, I don't think PUBG is free to play. Fortnite, Halo, Call of Duty. They were the free to play model and being very successful. So we take from other games, you'll see like that's gonna be the case. Case for games like Overwatch that you have basically and yeah, the ultimate fate of Overwatch 1. This is the most likely route. So, let's just say the weeks are true, Overwatch 2 comes out in April or May of 2022. One is this will likely be the last real event for Overwatch 1 because they're going to focus all of their energy on Overwatch. So you can already tell by this event that basically they are focusing on Overwatch 2 because they already got 2 skins, a couple emotes, and a couple sprays. Because again, skins do take development time to complete. They do take time and development time. And really see zero content. Again, there are some games that survive to almost zero content or no new content. It's very rare, but there are games like that, or survive on mod support like Skyrim and Fallout, basically. Or you have Nintendo, or you have a lot of like old Nintendo games that survive on nostalgia alone, and not online. But and then of course gotta talk about the Microsoft accusation of Overwatch. Okay, I think that probably impacted things as well. As well. And again, Sony fanboys are pissed anyways because they'll say, "Oh, the game's gonna be dead if it's not on PlayStation." Okay, because PlayStation fanboys are PlayStation fanboys. I'm switching to a different character. I do not know how to play as this character. I don't need any more comments about that. Okay. Also, it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, if I want to switch as a character that actually I'm just the new CEO. But the most likely route is that they're gonna start pulling updates from the game. No balance changes, no nothing. Nothing at all. Because they're gonna be releasing this game as well. So they'll do content for like a couple of months. And then we have this massive drop in content. Of course, a lot of other franchises all have to deal with this type of burnout. For example, Nintendo's Smash Bros. Series. You have, of course, that after the draft DLC, they're not making anything for Smash Bros. Basically. So basically, Smash Bros. Is basically, in terms of new content, is dead. Okay, Smash Bros. Is not getting any new content. Okay, at least until Nintendo makes another game. Which begs the question: I think the thing that will people still have any interest? Of course, Overwatch 2 has been met with controversy. We all know that the game's existence alone has been met with controversy. You have, of course, those people who complain, "Oh, the game looks the same." Was a bet, But again, I don't really like these people kind of much because these are the same people who will buy the fucking Pokemon every year and Pokemon the same swap that Game Freak puts out, or they play Call of Duty or FIFA. Okay, but then they'll say, "Oh my god, this game looks the same as the other game," or "This game looks the same as this last entry." But then they'll play, of course, Pokemon or something like that, even though Pokemon has barely changed from Red and Blue to Legends Arceus. Actually, Legends Arceus, I think, is the most changed I've seen in a Pokemon game in the series history. But other than that, and the other concern is, of course, all the myriad of controversies Overwatch has had. Of course, most Overwatch related content people see is on certain sites online. And also, there are current games and since Overwatch has came out, there has been a game that is basically a direct competitor to Overwatch, with also Overwatch 2 being announced in 2020, a game that was basically a direct competitor to Overwatch. You know what game I'm talking about. The game that basically is like, where the developers basically paid massive streamers and Overwatch League players to play the game. Oh yeah, Valorant, that game. I've never played Valorant before. I think it's only on PC. I'm surprised they don't have it on console yet, but, And Riot Games is, of course, in their own cell. Every company has their own cell of controversies, even Nintendo. Okay, wink wink. Them taking down, of course, music videos, them taking down fan games, and of course, the treatment of the Smash Bros. Esports and just the community. And even companies like that used to be worth like Project CD Red with the representations for entirely in the gutter from the last game. I think there was not really any big game developer with good representation nowadays. Every game developer has their dirt under their shoes, you may have say. Some of it is worse than others, like EA, and some of it is better than others, like Nintendo. They only have smaller controversies. And then you have companies like Blizzard who just continue to pander towards the local crowd. And it's just really sickening that, Blizzard continues to pander towards the local crowd. Even though they're like 5% of the player base of the game. Basically. The local Twitter people who don't even play the game. Who may have never played the game before. I just find it sad that their opinions matter more than everybody else, okay? People ask for things in Overwatch, and then, oh yeah, let's add something because Twitter doesn't like it, okay? Let's add a character to the game because Twitter demanded it. Because Twitter was, in a way, same thing with the whole Tracer controversy. But other than controversies aside, Overwatch has to get over one other stigma. We all know all the memes of people saying, when everybody puts in a conversation of Overwatch, you'll automatically see Overwatch is a dead game. Yep, that's whole stick. And the two types of people who like to put that are those people that's going along with it, and of course, Valtards, who basically just play Valorant 24/7 a day, or are upset, or basically have moved on quote-unquote moved on from Overwatch to Valorant because they got paid by Riot Games to give the game a 10 out of 10. And of course, we all know TF2 fanboys who still can't get over the fact that Game Theory said that Overwatch is a quote-unquote better game than TF2. And they're also the same people who got angry over school attacks, Tracer versus Scout, even though it actually has been proven that, yeah, Tracer would win against Scout because Tracer has a higher durability level than Scout. So overall, what would be the future of Overwatch 1? Overwatch 1 will most likely suffer like any other game that receives a sequel. There will soon stop the updates for Overwatch 1. And of course, Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 are not separate entities. Another thing that, might happen is, of course, what will happen to the last gen versions of the game. Will people still be able to play Overwatch on last gen consoles, or will they eventually stop updating last gen versions of Overwatch? But in favor of the new consoles. That's another thing that we have not had answered. And again, Overwatch 2 is a very mysterious entity right now. We really know almost nothing about Overwatch 2. We really almost know nothing about Overwatch 2, other than, of course, what was shown in 2019. So overall, the fate of Overwatch 1 is going to be like any other game where it gets a sequel. There are going to be people who are going to resist and play the original. Though, of course, Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 stay separate entities. There are, of course, people who are going to be stubborn, that are going to be like, who are not going to move to a sequel. Cool. Again, not every for example, we could compare this to Call of Duty. Not every Call of Duty fan moves to the newest game in the franchise for preferred online play. There are still Call of Duty fans who still play Modern Warfare 2 and still play Black Ops 2. And if Overwatch 1 Overwatch 2 is a separate entity, it is most likely that the multiplayer will most likely be free to play. Just like Halo Infinite was. Free to play. Free to play. So overall, that's the fate of Overwatch 1. Like every other game, once it gets a sequel, the updates will start coming out, the skins and events will start coming out, and of course, they always start making new characters a while ago. So that is the fate of Overwatch 1. It'll mostly, and Overwatch 1 will probably not be discontinued, so people aren't forced to play its sequel. And once they do a merging with all the maps of Overwatch 2, and of course all the new characters in Overwatch 2 are all playable on Overwatch 1, and thus merged into one game. But overall, that is basically what will most likely happen to Overwatch 1. That's basically about this video. Goodbye.